You can support The Man Show by signing up for Amazon Freetime. Freetime gives your kids access to over 13,000 kid-friendly books, educational apps, movies, and TV shows from top brands like Disney, Nickelodeon, PBS, Amazon, and more. Freetime has best-in-class parental controls, including the Learn First feature, which requires kids to meet educational goals before cartoons can be accessed. Amazon Freetime is a great way to provide your kids with the perfect, worry-free tablet experience. Check out Amazon Freetime today at freetime.noobs.gg.
All right, welcome everybody to M.A.N Show, episode 10. What you been up to, Eric?
Not a whole lot. It's been a pretty slow week, honestly. Staring at Indeed.com, job hunting still, in the great state of Florida. Actually trying to find a really boring office job, to be honest.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Anything like exciting prospects so far? Or?
No. I mean, just a bunch. Like, a lot of people are honestly, the biggest job that I keep finding is like administrative assistant, which is basically just being a secretary. I don't know. I could probably manage. But either way, I want something like I used to do filing a long time ago. I had a temp job where I did filing, and that was like the greatest thing. I used to play Dominion on my phone because I'd finish all my work in like the first hour and then have like nothing else to do for the rest of the day, but it was nice.
Yeah.
You know. So yeah.
So not looking to transfer with your existing employer, or is that kind of off the table, nothing available, or?
I could probably make something available, but the thing about where I work is you don't just get to transfer, so you just have to re-interview for the same position that you're applying for. So I was like, well, if I have to go through that whole process again, I might as well just, search for something else potentially and find something with a better schedule. Because, I'll be, school got pushed back to like June because of my FAFSA, like I'm having issues with my taxes and getting all that sorted. So it got pushed back a month. And so I was like, oh, I'll just start a new job. And like with school and everything, I'd prefer a much more stable schedule than what retail tends to give.
Sure. Definitely understand that.
Yeah, I mean, especially with what else we've been doing, like all the work we've been doing around here, around the community, it would just be nice to have a stable schedule where I can put aside time for working on M.A.N stuff and school and work.
Yeah, definitely makes it a lot easier when your work schedule is consistent.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool, man. Yeah, Critter is got the night off, doing some family stuff tonight. My week's been a little crazy. A lot less M.A.N than probably there needed to be, but spent Saturday moving my parents up in Jacksonville, helping them get sorted and get certain things in storage, and they ended up renting a pod, so that was actually kind of nice because it was just right in the driveway. We had to fill it up, and now we don't have to go drive it somewhere and unload it or nothing. It's going to be 4 to 6 months before they're ready to move into the new place. So
it was training for when I moved down there, so I can ask you to move all my shit for me.
Yeah, man. I'm no stranger to moving. I can certainly help.
Yeah.
But other than that, I did miss 2 nights of streaming this week, so I'm very, very sorry about that, guys. It was definitely the work week from hell. But I did get the opportunity to play some Ori and the Blind Forest, which a couple people in chat suggested as a fun platformer to check out, and definitely enjoyed that. It was very cool. I really liked the elements it had for kind of building the character and choosing a path and making it stronger and stuff like that. Was kind of RPG-ish, which was cool. I actually really like that. The game itself is beautiful. So I'm looking forward to playing a little bit more of it. One of the reasons that I was kind of looking at platformers is my wife Tracy loves Mario. She's always touting, "That's my game. That's my jam. I play Mario, and I don't play anything else." So I thought maybe maybe we could blur the lines a little bit. I mean, I know she's taken a slight interest in Rocket League, so I'm hoping to build on that. But thought I could kind of build on her PC gaming a little bit by introducing her to a Mario-like game, but she didn't really seem super interested in it. She was just like, it seems a little bit too complicated. I'm a simple girl. I just kind of like Mario. So spent all day Sunday pretty much from the minute I woke up, working on some Discord updates and preparing for future updates. And we had a couple staff meetings throughout the week where we could to kind of discuss some of the stuff that we're working on and so on and so forth. Which I know you were a part of a lot of that. One of the big things we kind of want to do with this future update, which we're hoping for early May release, we would kind of like to centralize the information on events and kind of standardize event management and that whole process, so that way everyone's kind of doing the same thing in a similar way, so it makes it easier for everyone to know when things are happening, going down, and so forth. So we kind of have some ideas on how we think we could pull that off. And then another thing we really want to do, because we do get lots of questions, how do I become a part of a stream team, or how do I become an event manager, moderator, or what have you. So we're going to implement a formal process kind of surrounding that, clearly defining what the expectations and rewards and so on and so forth are for each one of those roles. So that way everyone's kind of on the same page, and as far as becoming a part of the team, everyone kind of knows what the expectations are, if that makes sense. But more to come on that in early May. One part of that kind of update package we're working on that did go in, we did some Discord updates today. I moved the VR chat to social, where it probably more appropriately fits. Updated the support M.A.N channel for a little bit of clarity on the supporter perks and benefits, if you will. And we also implemented the supporter exclusive chat and roles for M.A.N card holders and Twitch subs, kind of uniformly united that whole deal, and did some updates on the website to kind of more clearly define and display the benefits, so that way it's kind of easier to understand what the benefits are, and that way it's kind of centralizing and harmonizing that stuff, so it's a little bit easier too for M.A.N card holders and Twitch subs to kind of know what's going on and what's available to them as far as perks go. And then, of course, we did put a poll in the new supporter chat for you guys to give us a little bit of feedback on the roles and your color preferences and things like that. So be sure to look for that. I actually believe it is pinned in the subscriber chat, as well as pin the benefits and perks and stuff for each level, so you guys can kind of stay in tune with that, or if you have questions, hopefully that information's a little more readily available at your fingertips, so you don't have to ask. But if you do have questions, don't hesitate to reach out to me. Unfortunately, did not get a whole lot of opportunity myself to watch the RLCS. They were doing double drops this weekend.
Supposedly.
Yeah, supposedly it was, well, I say double drops, but was it announced as double drops, or was it just, extra drops, if you will?
I'm honestly not sure, as no one was getting drops anyway. So I don't know if it was really supposed to be that way or not.
Well, and you say that, but I guess everyone's got a bit of a different experience, because I did get a chance to watch a tiny bit of the EU stream and kind of had it up in the background while we were working, and was kind of tuning in and out, in between, either waiting on you to finish something so I could start it, and vice versa, that we kind of had going on today as we were getting in a rhythm. I had to stream up today for EU, and I've got more drops than I've got the whole entire season. So,
wow.
So there's that. I think I got like 5 things. I think 3 of them were the winning streak banner, but I did actually get a ballistic goal explosion and a dune racer, which were 2 of the things that I really wanted, which Mackie gave me last week. So now that I got the things I wanted, Twitch is like, oh, double drops, here, have everything you want and more. So
well, all right, so it seems everyone's luck went to you.
I guess so, but I did miss some streams throughout, but for the most part I felt like I at least had them up for the majority. So it was good to see. I was starting to wonder, like, hey, was my account linking broken or something like that? But lo and behold, I guess it's not. But nevertheless, not being able to watch it, I did kind of look over the results of the tournaments, and for NA in the round of 6, the Evil Geniuses beat Rogue 4-2. Cloud9 beat Ghost 4-1, and then on in the semifinals, NRG, which I think was seeded 1, came in this round and played Evil Geniuses and swept them 4-0. And then Cloud9 came into the semifinals against the number 2 seed, G2, and got swept 4-0 as well. So 2 sweeps in the semifinals. And then they had a third place match, which was Cloud9 versus Evil Geniuses, where Cloud9 beat Evil Geniuses 4-2. So then, so far up until the finals, everything for the most part seemed to come out about the same way the weeks of league play put people in terms of standings, right? But then in the finals, G2 beat NRG 4-3, and I definitely need to go back and watch that when Rocket League posted on YouTube. I bet that was a hell of a game. But on the EU side as well, I don't remember exactly which games I caught, but in their round of 6, Envy beat Flipside 4-2. Vitality won over PSG 4-2 as well. And then in the semis, Gale Force beat Envy. Vitality beat Complexity. And for third place, Envy ended up beating Complexity. And for the finals, Gale Force beat Vitality 4-2. So that was kind of the results of the day for any of you that weren't able to watch like myself. Throughout the week in Team M.A.N as well, the Team M.A.N in A2 actually did Elevate League tonight, Sunday night, and they got to the finals of the loser bracket. They had a bunch of very close games and a very entertaining stream. K-Fred was streaming, and the guys were just kind of cutting up and having fun. It was definitely entertaining to watch. And then during the week, actually both NA teams played in the Boost Legacy tournament, and I think that was on Wednesday night. And NA2 made it to the second round, and NA1 made it to the third round. So that's kind of what's been going on in Discord and M.A.N and Team M.A.N and the RLCS and so on and so forth. Also wanted to give a big shout out to Vorgius for hosting a 1v1 for the EU on Sunday at 7 p.m. First place, Braided Axe took 10 keys. Second place, Cons took home a Hexed Black Market decal. And third place, Captain Middle won himself a Biomass Black Market decal. Thanks everybody for participating, and huge thanks to Vorgius for putting that on for everyone. Hope you guys had a great time. We've got a couple of special guests from Team M.A.N PUBG heading in for the community spotlight, so we're going to join them real quick for a short interview.
Are you an Amazon Prime member? If so, did you know that you get Twitch Prime for free? Twitch Prime members get access to free games and game discounts every month, as well as free in-game loot for many of the most popular game titles. You also get a free monthly Twitch channel subscription, an exclusive Prime badge, and ad-free viewing of Twitch streams. Activate your Twitch Prime subscription today at prime.noobs.gg.
Alright guys, I'd like to welcome a couple special guests to the show. We've got Dr. Claw and the Hoodie Noob from Team M.A.N PUBG. What's up, guys?
Hey, Kearthe, thanks for having us on the podcast this week. It's great to be here.
Yeah, definitely. It's great to be here, Kearthe. Thanks for having us.
Yeah, thanks for coming, boys. So, I gotta ask, how much work is it to stay at the top of the leaderboards?
Oh, man. It's funny because when we first started playing the game, trying to learn how the MMR worked and that, we were number 1 and 2 probably a few months ago. And then we got 1 and 2, and then we decided that we wanted to play some squads, and we were playing with some friends. and we didn't play twos for like 2 weeks, and all of a sudden we came back and we were sitting like 22nd, 23rd on the leaderboards. We kind of realized at that point that, you have to put in some games every day, and you got to win those games. Even a 7th and 8th place will lose the spot. So, there's a little bit of a grind to it, and you got to like pretty much be on your game, or you're going to drop out of that fairly soon.
Gotcha.
Yeah, definitely.
So what about the whole MMR? How does that work? Is it basically you get points for first place and nothing for anything else, or?
I would love to give you an answer of this is the math and this is how it works, but in all honesty, I have a general idea, but really have no clue. There's games that when we'll take first and we'll get 2 points. There's games where we've taken third and gotten 4 points. It's really weird, but the one thing that we've probably, and Hoodie, you can chime in, but you need to be first through third to go up. 4th and 5th place at our levels, pretty much you stay even, and anything below that you start losing points.
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, there's no true math that I've seen out there of exactly how the system works. But we just kind of we kind of check after we have good games, after we have bad games, kind of how that has affected our standings, and just kind of like how Dr. Claw said there's games where we place first and we get a whole bunch of points, and there's times where we'll be the first team out and we hardly lose any points. So as far as exact science, I don't have that answer, and I don't think Claw has that answer either.
Yeah, well, that's fair. I guess I was just more interested to know, like, if you come in second place, or you totally, like I said, a total loss or not. But sounds like you kind of get rewarded based on performance overall to some degree, which is cool.
Yeah, first through third, you definitely do. I also think there's a factor. It's my theory of how many of the other guys on the leaderboard are in your current game. I have that's my kind of theory, is the more top players you have in there, and that's when you're getting more points. But there's really no way to tell without knowing everyone who's in a server, which it's you can't really do that. So but the games that we've noticed where we've killed people or been killed by other people on the leaderboards, that seems where you gain the most points.
Makes sense. So, what are your guys' thoughts on the future of like competitive PUBG or just competitive battle royales in general? Like, how's that going to work? How's that going to play out in your minds?
So I've seen some of the competitive PUBG that they've had so far. Nothing real legit yet, but they've had a couple tournaments, and I think it's got a bright future. I mean, you see right now these battle royale type games are in a feeding frenzy right now. Developers can't work fast enough to push these type of games out right now. You have PUBG that kind of started the whole frenzy. Fortnite came in there and captured a lot of the attention. You got games like Ring of Elysium coming up that, it looks like a bright future. But for the competitive side, I think people really enjoy these type of games. As you can see, there's a lot of Twitch streamers out there that are having large success based on these battle royale games, and I think a lot of people enjoy watching them, and I think it's got a really bright future for competitive if they can pull it off the right way. Hopefully they do. I'd love to see more of this, more legit, more sponsored tournaments in the future, both PC, Xbox consoles, PS4, anything like that.
Yeah, I agree with Hoodie. I actually think one of the biggest ills and probably the biggest hurdle to overcome is, for a battle royale system, right? You're going to have a lot of teams in play. And so I think they just got to come up with a standard where they can get so many people, playing in a tournament at the exact same time. But I actually think the interesting part about the battle royale scene right now is, these first-person shooters have been around for so long now. I mean, I remember even, from the first-person perspective, playing Doom way back in the day on like Windows 95 or whatever it was. And, so these first-person games have been there. And then, as you started playing against other people, I remember Bond on the Nintendo 64, GoldenEye, and then moving into these other games. It's been the same kind of, basically the same thing done over and over again with each game, right? It's the same system. You go out, you have a team, you try to kill everyone else, and so forth. I think the interesting part about Battle Royale, it's bringing this whole new kind of perspective into the ring where everybody is out there at the same time, and you have this same like overarching goal to be the last one alive, but it pits you in this different thing where you have to have strategy, you have to know how to loot, you have to know how to stay alive, you have to know how to traverse the land and really use elements to your advantage. And it's different than, say like a Call of Duty where you have a map, you each start on each side of a map, it's all short, and you're trying to do some map control. Really with Battle Royale systems is you try to have map control, but it's so much harder to keep and maintain that map control. So I think it just brings this whole new dynamic that people haven't really seen before in these games. And I actually think this is where once the competitive scene really hits it right of how that is supposed to be set up, it's going to really take off.
Very interesting points of view, and I definitely would be excited to see it take off. And I think you're totally right that it's kind of a never before seen or done thing in terms of competitive play, And I also totally agree that it's there's been a very like tried and true formula or script, if you will, for first-person shooters in terms of, here's a small map, you start here, you start there, things are equidistant and balanced and so on and so forth.
Oh, no, yeah, totally. I mean, that's it, and it's worked for so long, but I love the Battle Royale scene. It feels like it's opened up the game and so much more.
Right on. So, what would you say is your guys' biggest achievement so far to date? I know you guys have played together before in other games and stuff.
I'd probably say so. A few of us on the team here, Testify, and then Hoodie. We were on a team in Rainbow Six Siege on Xbox, and they had pro leagues in the beginning, and we had a team put together. Hoodie was an alternate because he had full-time work in school, so sadly he didn't quite have the time to be there all the time, but he was a really great part of the team, and he filled in many times to help us get wins. But we actually took 10th place on the Xbox and missed pro leagues by 2 spots. 4 of those teams were found to be using mouse and keyboard after the fact, and we actually had beat 2 of those teams in the tournament. They just overall how the system worked, they ended up getting more points than us as a whole. So, we just missed out on Pro League. We feel like we kind of got it taken from us a little bit, but that was one of the biggest things, probably one of the biggest accomplishments, and we really got close to those Pro Leagues.
That's awesome. So, what would you guys like to kind of accomplish in the PUBG scene?
Yeah, so I'll take that one. Kind of what we're looking to accomplish with the PUBG scene. We hit this game as soon as it hit console on the Xbox. That was back last November-ish, I believe. And ever since we've been loving the game. It's a fun game. We'd been itching to play it for quite a while. I know Claude played a couple games on PC, but hadn't really gotten in depth with it yet. And so what we're looking to accomplish kind of with our stream and what we're trying to do is we're not the flashiest players. We both have really good shots on us, but we don't go crazy. We don't drop real hot spots like school and military. What we're kind of trying to accomplish is, just take your average player who might not have the best shot in the world and show them how to traverse the map, how to play the game, where you can consistently place in the top 10, the top 5, and start getting a lot of those wins that seem to elude those, your average players or so. And even some of your above average players, those chicken dinners might elude them because they're going about the game how they've played Call of Duties in the past. Kind of how they played maybe Rainbow Six Siege. They're very aggressive. They're just trying to go out and shoot. And that's just not what PUBG is about. You'll get in plenty of battles. Trust us. Claw and I have been in many battles. We get plenty of action every game. but the way we play it allows us to have an advantage on those battles. When we get into those shooting matches with others, we usually have the better loot. And that way we're able to outshoot our opponents, outflank our opponents. We like to, I guess, out strategize our opponents. We're not just dropping in there to shoot. We're dropping in there to win.
Makes sense. I could definitely say I've witnessed that personally on your streams, which I've really enjoyed, and I think that kind of ties a lot into my next question about what people can expect to see watching your streams. I really dig the way you guys kind of break down what you're doing, what you're thinking, why you're doing what you're doing, all that stuff. Really, just I kind of take that to heart and try to use it whenever I'm playing PUBG, which isn't often enough, but. Just because it seems like the right way to play that game, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and we put a lot of time into these strategies and different things. We've tried the hot drops. We've tried lots of different things, and we had low success on some things. We had moderate success on others, but eventually as we did it, we kind of learned the formula, and that's just it. I think games like PUBG, a lot of times people just need to learn how to have the right success. You can't play it like an arcade shooter. And just like Hoodie was saying here, that basically we can come up and help people understand the strategies, and if they watch enough, they'll kind of understand how to move on the map and why we move and different things. So that way, hopefully when they're in a game and they come up to these situations, they'd be like, oh yeah, hey, we saw these guys go it, and they took down a couple chicken dinners doing this. And it'll really kind of help make it accessible to other people. And I think that's one of the bigger things, even going back to Rainbow Six Siege. We have good shots. Their shots go bad some days. Some days they're awesome. But you kind of in and out. But when you have good, solid strategies and a good plan that you can work with, even if you're having off days, you can still win. And that's what I want to, typically with people and on the streams, that's what we want them to feel like they can go into a game and win. It's not very fun going into a game if you're like, oh, I'm just going to get crushed. I have no chance. And that's not really fun in games. So we want to make it so people can actually feel what it's like to win and how to win in a game like PUBG.
Yeah, that's definitely come across to me in your streams. I can totally see that. I certainly appreciate you guys taking the time to come and talk to us. So where can all of us find you?
Yeah, thank you so much for having us on the podcast. It's been great to be a part of the M.A.N group, Middle Age Noobs. I was really lucky to find it, so just want to say thank you so much for the community. And for those that want to check out my stream, it's twitch.tv/Dr. Claw, spelled the doctor out. And Hoodie, you can go to twitch.tv/The Hoodie Noob. And we stream most days a week, and we stream during the evenings around 6 to 9 Mountain Time. And we kind of spread out from there depending on how our schedules are working out. We try to get a little more time in there.
Awesome. Well, thanks for being a part of the show, boys.
Yeah, thanks, Kearthe.
All right, and thanks again to Dr. Claw and the Hoodie Noob for joining us and sharing some insights and information. Certainly appreciate it, and look forward to catching some more of your streams, boys. So thanks for stopping by. This week in M.A.N, we have upcoming events to talk about. Pretty regular week, but there are some special things going on, which I'm pretty excited about. So Monday, 4/23 at 7 p.m. Eastern, we've got the House of Diamonds going on. Training camp usually happens on Tuesdays as well as Mixer Night. I haven't gotten word whether those two events will be taking place this week. So, I would just say visit the M.A.N Mixer Night channel, the Training Camp channel, if you're interested in taking part. Usually, I think Training Camp somewhere around like 7:30 Eastern, and the Mixer's usually around 9 p.m. Eastern. Then Wednesday will be the return of Episode 2 of the Album Club. Hopefully, not as many technical difficulties this time around. So we'll be doing that, Jabonko, Grumpy Old Man, and myself. So Wednesday night at 9:30 at Twitch TV/Middle Age Noobs. And on Saturday at 9:30 p.m. we will be doing the Titanium White Octane giveaway for M.A.N card holders. So if you have not got a chance to enter that giveaway, check out the website at noobs.gg and go to the giveaway section and you can learn a little bit more how to enter. Entries will close at 7 p.m. Eastern time on Saturday, and then we'll bring the stream up around 9:30 and proceed with the drawing. So hope to see you guys there, and I hope to see you guys out on the pitch at some point this week. And certainly appreciate everybody listening to the Man Show, episode 10, and hope you all have a great night.
Middle-aged Noobs thanks you for listening to The Man Show. Be sure to follow, like, and subscribe for the latest Man news and event announcements.